Oh, fuck. Well, that's not what I want. Nope, that's not what I want either. I want this. I want to do main quest. Yep. Die robot. Nope. 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 Botched. I haven't botched any yet. Um, this already needs to be repaired. Fuck you. Oh, it's gonna leave you. Okay. It's not completely broke. Let's go through this. I have to hold it. Welcome back to the journey of my asshole. It's just, going through my butthole and just admiring everything about it, yeah. Every time. Guns out. Cool. Alright. So, what am I doing? Fuck. Didn't even think about this. I'm going to... Okay, cool. Let's go.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The can's bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus. Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just... old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you? I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I must say, wearing a Marauder's outfit is in very poor taste. I do wish you'd show your uniform a little more respect. Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process. My proposition benefits the both of us. Please, hear me out. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. I am not trying to pull one over on you, friend. You were bound to run into them sooner or later. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations. Neither do I. The fault was entirely mine. I pushed them too hard. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership. That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented, and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Great! I got my wrenches, and diagnosticators, and hairpins, and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Alright. You gain a companion. There are characters that join you in your adventures and help in a variety of ways. Companions provide combat support. Their skills enhance your skills. They increase your carrying capacity, the most important. You can unlock special companion combat abilities with the inspiration skill. Cool. She follow me now.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk. We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk. We better clear out of Mr. Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Use you. This is a fucking church, I just realized. Is it a church? It looks like a church. I bet it's a church. It's not a church. It is a church.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar de Soto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice? Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Something you need? That's on account of how I never met her. I don't rightly know. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. Her contract said any kids... It's sensible.
Alright. Got a big choice. Decide where to fucking put the power in. take that. Let's see what we got in here. Take that. I'll take whatever. I was gonna take whatever's in there. Nothing else? Doesn't look like it. My neck itches.
Everyone all right?
That guy, was this just a fucking boss or something? Like, probably some good stuff I can sell. Like, the fucker was just there for no reason.
Wow, you got that?
This is a nice toilet. Well, we have an energy weapon now, so that's cool.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those. Yeah, that's us. And you can if you're gonna start wandering around my camp. Over in the hothouse. Enough with the questions. Explains why you're still young. No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere. Appreciate it.
Oh, let's do that. Damn, that bitch is far as fuck. If she alive. Fuck, I gotta go. Whoa. Whoa. I wanna fucking die in a hole. God damn it. Yeah, I'm not gonna
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
I'm gonna fucking kill that bitch. Let me pick that up. She just looks a ratty old bitch.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways. What? You mean Adelaide's little congregation of nature-loving nobodies? I could not possibly be less interested in them. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen. I'm great at clarifying. No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit. I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it. I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma. I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find but a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse? I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them. I've got all the time in Halcyon. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong. And no serial dramas. I've been thinking about going back. I just gotta know if Lord Cavendish really is the masked marketeer. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Well, all these people are dead because, you know, she wanted a little fun. So that's cool. Any more else I can kill? Probably. Let's look at this building. There we go. Flywheel, yep. What's this? Good stuff, goody goodies. Anything else? I did not know what was in there, so I have no idea. We're just gonna walk away. What's this? Bit cartridge. How far is that? This shit. It's not that far. Ow.
Ready for this. Don't mess with us. Okay, gone quiet.
Yes. Hunting rifle. Nice. I like hunting rifles in games. Wop. What is this fucker? I guess he's just dead. Nice, nice, nice. TNL makes the best gear, okay. Companions has level up and can be granted a new perk. Go to the companion page in your ledger and then select a perk, okay. go with this. I mean, oh, what? Oh, that caught. Oh. God damn it.
Got this! The last of them!
Okay, I told you, hunting rifle fucking OP. Oh, Lord. Okay, so I was thinking I could like deactivate them.
Nice.
Now we're right here, might as well just get ahead and get rid of it. Get over it. Get it over with. I am just, you know, having the time of my life. Ow! Fuck! My cankles have been broken.
Any progress on that matter we discussed? Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this... French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn. Well, yes. But I assure you, it was not for personal gain, only for the greater good. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted. Baconu, the author, had some interesting theories about... Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought. Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to O. But most of the Philosophist perversion of Baconu's thoughts came more than a century after his death. Please. As if my life should have no greater meaning than Nothing could be more excruciating. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew. Certainly. I already gave you most of my money, but I can offer you free spiritual counseling. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. Oh, I'm fairly competent at Fantastic.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery. I shall see you on the ship, Captain, whenever you're ready to...
Well, we got him, so... That's cool. Don't give a shit about him, but... I mean... What you can do? Alright, now... God, I love this hunting rifle. Straight up, dude. Hunting rifles, in my opinion, are generally just fucking good guns. Like... What am I doing? No!
What is it? We didn't always get along, but I'm... You pretty much did my job for me. Let me know if I can do...
Whoa, okay. Is that really what I want? Vendor. This could be really good. I'm gonna need that soon.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
I don't know. Why did I get this? Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck is Thomas? This? That's a fucking deserter. Who the fuck's this faggot? This guy? Okay. To install your modification, okay.
Oh, didn't see you there. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi, hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly... Well, what I meant was you're reasonably well armed and don't... Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm... I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering?
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find... No kidding! Really? Well, which one? Look at that! Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes. I appreciate you. In fact, I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me. Sure.
Alright. Looks like I also got a new fucking... Oh, God. Man, I wish my perception was a lot higher.
Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned. A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots. It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject. Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans? Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do. You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
I'm all right. I ain't so fragile.
That was unkind of me. I'm sorry, dear. Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives. You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it. I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Something you need? He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around. I'm just glad he's alive. That he's okay. I mean, when Mr. Thompson said he was fired, we all expected the worst. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. I'd like to do that for him.
Oh, Lord.
Fresh off the limb.
Oh, fuck. Ooh, that was a good one. Alright, suppose we oughta make a decision based off what we want to do. Do we want to fuck with these people, or do we want to fuck with the town? I would like her fucking, Parvati? Holds them, whatever. I would like her opinion, but what the fuck? Did that thing just move? Ew! What is that? Oh, God. That wasn't creepy at all. The fuck is that thing?
Great! Here we go!
How the fuck?
I always wanted to poke around in here.
Oh. Oh god, that one hurt. That one actually hurt. You got. How much is it, buy? That does 17. What does my armor do what I'm wearing right now? 16?
Okay, keep it quiet.
God damn it. Okay, keep it quiet. So I have a choice to make that's not gonna be fun to make. Oh, automatically there's a dead body. So...
The control room should be off to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing.
I need to heal, holy fuck. Okay.
Yeah, huh?
Well, fuck. God damn it. Holy fuck, you jump far. Give me everything. Hello? Wait a minute.
Three switches. That'll be easy enough.
I did not miss. Okay.
Invest.
Everyone all right?
Man, this guy really did not want me to kill him. He was scared.
Just two more.
Oh.
What'll happen to Miss McDill?
Just beat the fuck out. Oh God! The fucker? That fucker ran. Okay, well.
Get away! Go away, Phantom!
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Unexpected. Beginnings.
Incoming! Everyone all right? One to go. If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil?
Oh.
Here we go! It's the last. I'm not sure what the right is. Alls I know is the decision's final.
Also, there's a fucker that's somewhere in. Is this him? There's someone named Higgins somewhere. Where the fuck is he? It's like, where's this Higgins feller? Is he down here?
Go away, Phantom! Get away!
Where the hell is he?
Get away!
You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoo! Scram! You can talk? The Phantoms never talk. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your... Clearly, I mistook you for one of the Phantoms of my imagination, which... Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer. I specialized in automechanicals. Look, I don't want to fall in... You know, I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocols. Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access. Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the tape. Forgot.
Oh, so now we got that. Fucking nuts. Fucking lost. Oh, and you know, that wasn't the fucking...
Once we do this, there's no... Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow, she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred? Well, that sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way. Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Oh, Lord. Oh my god. See, the problem is, I don't like Spacer's Choice. Fuck. This is where we... Oh my god. Damn it. It's a tough choice. It really is. I'm not like trying to be looking like a fucking idiot or anything, but it's just I have to choose between like see, the thing I'm like most worried about is oh fuck, hang on. Okay. Is her leaving. That's the thing I'm most worried about. Whatever it's a really, really, really tough choice. And Oh, Lord. Oh my God, it's really it's a tough one. Fuck. Okay. Okay. I asked somebody if they knew about her, like, you know, leaving. She'll probably be pissed. Still though. Oh, Lord. Ah, God. I'm sorry. I'm having trouble deciding. Oh, God. I. There's another option. There is another option. Hang on. There's another option we can do. Let me... Yes, I looked up the wiki. Let's see if I can get that option. Because that option... would make it a lot easier. Probably can't. Is there a fucking map? There is, but it doesn't look like it wants to fucking load. Oh. Whatever I decide to do will probably be the last thing I do for this video, so I just want to make sure, because each side has a plus and a minus. Believe it or not, that fucking town is in a shitty way, but it keeps people safe. These people are out in the open, and if I shut down their power, I mean, what the fuck is that old broad?
Anything else I can... I am kidding. Me and my... More of the colony. I can't stop. Not under Reed's watch. He and I would come to blows within a day, and he would never... This is my home. That's because Reed was my boss. I was the cannery's one and only flavor specialist, you see. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy. So I buried my boy in the cemetery. Yeah. I could not possibly care less. That book. Are you not Are you talking? Where did you say? I could do without the mockery. Is that a new Oh, you're now I'm convinced you ought to try some of... Listen, don't you... No, but the board may... You can...
Well, I couldn't convince her, so I have a choice now. Now I have to choose, no matter what. I have to choose to either divert the power from this place to the town, or the town to this place. The problem being that all honesty, I like what these people are doing. It's just, god damn it. Oh my god, I'm gonna, god. It's tough. I want to hear Reed's side of that story though. Cankles! No matter what, when you think about it, it's a win-win for us. Like, it's not like, oh well, for me, it's a win-win for me. Like, no matter what, oh well, I piss off one side, I still get to leave this fucking dump. So, but it's like, I don't want to come back and have everybody just completely being pissy with me. That's gonna be annoying.
Where are we headed? Yeah.
God damn it.
If you could see your... Go ahead. Can we not? Talking... Show up to work, put in your hours, where problems of the body come from problems. And where do you suggest we find this magic? Medicine is a rare... If I had enough medicine to treat... Adelaide's son was barely competent. Now, I will not pretend to... I wish she had stayed with us. Go ahead. It is my job. I wish you wouldn't... Yes, when I stand at my window and look out, we are all part of the... This is a space. Loyalty's got nothing. I'm trying to remember 25. I remember looking out this window. Times change. People. Go ahead. Adelaide was our only flavor specialist. We are a Saltuna canning institution. Saltuna without flavor is like a cysty pig without tumors. Were it up to me, friend, I'd stack our larders with Saltuna galore. No other brand of Saltuna adds as much vim or vigor. But, and this is something we must keep between the two of us, Saltuna is hard to... Oh, we've scavenged together some organic material from the... some of which possess a texture akin to... Go ahead. That you are not one of us may work to your advantage. I admit the fault was mine. I'm about as diplomatic as a bristling canid. Nature is uglier. There is... Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have lost even more to plague. But it is one... Losing Adelaide was the hardest. She was our only flavor. Spacer's Choice Saltuna is... Ever since Adelaide left.
Oh, God. Well, you know what? You're gonna be pissed. You're gonna be pissed.
Something... You mean about the... I know, but real machine? The machine Vickers sees? The Vicar's about the only soul in the Vale who spends his time. It's just that when he looks at me,
Oh, well. I'm gonna give it to the deserters. Number one, because I don't like that guy. I really do not like Reed. I understand where he's coming from, though. I understand where they're all coming from. There's plus and minuses in both areas. Like, you have the town that's actually, you know, safe. But, I mean, it's complete shit. So... If she gets angry, though, I might reload and redo that, because I don't want, because she's actually a really good character. That's gonna hurt a lot. Ow. Fuck my ass cheeks. So.
When it begins.
let's end this quick.
What the fuck? Oh, God. Also, I also kind of don't really give an absolute fuck about anyone in this fucking, like, didn't give a shit about anyone in the town, didn't really give a shit about anyone in the fucking camp. Besides her, she's nice. Let me get the fuck up here. What the fuck? Let me up!
You want to know what gets my bile churning? Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters. Plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. I never knew how right I was. Just... Is that right? I'm done. Liberating? Edgewater is my home. The only home I've ever had. I put down roots. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got... All right, easy now. Let's not do anything we'll regret. I'll order my guards to stand down. Take what you came for, and then...
Are we getting paid or not?
Any loss of productivity will be... Got my hands full at the moment. As a space... Even know how to carry your... Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just one...
Oh, God.
I can't stop thinking on Edgewater, Captain. I'm glad the deserters are gonna be alright now. Where are we headed? Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome! Does she have a name yet? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, Edgewater won't last another season without power, but that don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. Company expects me back at my post. I have imagined it, but I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep... And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think? Yeah, I had my misgivings about Miss McDevitt and the deserters, but you took pity on them. And all this time you've been determined to get your regulator back, get your ship up and running, and cut a... Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Good for you.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Something you need?
Captain, I have detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part to... What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophe. Our engine room is located behind you. What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Oh, yes, that's probably permanent. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemical. Gladys Kilkelly, lovely woman, runs a code. Strictly, Captain, the board's been... Gladys and I have been... Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll... Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth, none of us are Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design. Cutting-edge technology. I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found... And remember, don't trust the board's only interested in filling their own pockets.
Transmission ended. Just to warn you, we may have a bedbug infestation. I am investigating non-toxic extermination measures. Non-toxic to you, I mean.
Nice. Alright, well, you know what?
Remember, items in the hold may shift during takeoffs and landings.
Yeah, so I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy like, ain't it? That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's...
So you're gonna call her it, not she?
Though my voice is currently pitched to suggest female, I possess no gender. Any pronoun preferred.
Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic. But my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been...
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing. I am at your disposal, Ms. Parvati. You will find the technical schematics in the engineer's locker. Though I'm afraid Captain Hawthorne has lost the owner's manual.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch. Mostly, yeah. He meant funny as in odd. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your school. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real on... Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to... There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling. Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle, and I noticed straight away that he was moving slower. And stiffer. About a year. I tried to do more of the work, so he could rest. His heart. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my oh gosh. What? You... Oh...
Alright. Well, that's it. I almost kicked her out. That scared the absolute piss out of me. Alright, I'll be back probably sometime tomorrow. Y'all have a good day, fantastic day, and I will see you later. Goodbye, possibly, unless I'm dead. Maybe.